we've been debating, or we are still debating, Malta this morning, situation in Malta, which is really horrifying. I do really hope that there will be consequences, that the Commission will take up urgent action on this as well. I generally hope that the new Commission will follow the old Commission in being very strong on the issue of rule of law in member states. That wasn't one of the main features in the Commission presentation so far, but there's lots to do. And Malta is a very severe case of a problem where you have a government which seems to be implicated somehow in a political murder of a journalist, which really shouldn't happen, and it's quite unbelievable that something like this is the case in the middle of the European Union. So we do hope that this is a consensus in the European Parliament, and we do hope that the Commission will also find some strong words vis-à-vis the Maltese government. We also hope that the other heads of state and government were giving some serious talk to Muscat at the last summit, but unfortunately we don't know if that happened. Also on the agenda, because we have put it as Greens as our topical debate, which is this newish instrument where groups can propose a topic for debate without needing the majority support of the House. So we have asked for Mercosur to be debated, which has gained even more importance after the COP25, where Brazil was one of the blocking, or even the blocking bloc at the debates at the climate summit. But also, if we want to be at all serious about climate targets, about Green Deal, then first of all, we really need to rethink trade policy, but also very urgently look at the Mercosur agreement again. That's the least one could do, because such a trade deal with, first of all, involving a country that is the blocking stone in the climate negotiations, but also has huge problems with rainforest fires. Brazil obviously also has a lot of human rights problems that really should not be part of a Green Deal. And if you want to be serious about climate targets, then the whole issue of trade policy needs to be involved. And lastly, from my side, we also have a debate about China and the situation of the Uyghurs, where it's a very important debate to have. It's quite amazing how little public awareness there is about this serious and severe human rights violation happening for a while already in China. It's not like it's unknown. There was the China cables fairly recently, and it's very important that we have a say on that. And it's also a good sign that Ilham Tohti is getting the Sakharov Prize, who is, who is suffering exactly from that suppression of the Chinese state against the Uyghur minority. And this is a very severe problem that also needs to come to the table, for example, at the EU-China summit, which will happen in a not too far away future, and needs to be raised by heads of state and government as well, because this is something that cannot go unnoticed and cannot be overlooked.